Now, the Danish palace has released new photos of Crown Prince Christian completing national service amid rising geopolitical tensions in the region. What's the latest on the prince's military training, and how are Queen Mary and King Frederik dealing with their son's absence?
Right. Well, this has been one of the big stories in Denmark this year. Of course, they have, tensions with Donald Trump over Greenland. There's also tensions with Russia on the other side. So, there is a lot of emphasis at the moment on national security in Denmark. And part of that comes down to national service. They have had male national service for decades, and they're actually introducing it for women as well. Only a few countries do that at the moment, Israel being one of them. So it's a very big topic. And of course, Christian is currently in that time of his life. He is completing national service. He has been living for several months at a very remote military base, undergoing intense sort of military training. And then the palace this week has released some new photos of him.
Good day, and brace yourself, because Denmark's future king has managed to spark a national debate without saying a single word. No speech, no interview, just a photograph. Yes, one perfectly lit, immaculately composed royal portrait has set off a storm of opinions, raised eyebrows, and the kind of media scrutiny that could peel paint off palace walls. Before we dive headfirst into this glossy royal controversy, do not just hover like a curious courtier. Subscribe to Royal News Daily and click the notifications bell icon. It is the easiest way to stay ahead of the drama without needing a crown or a press badge. Now, let us talk about the moment everything kicked off. New official portraits of Crown Prince Christian were released, meant to showcase stability, maturity, and the future of the Danish monarchy. Clean lines, sharp suit, confident posture. On paper, a royal success. In reality, Danish media collectively squinted at the images and said, "Hang on a minute, is this Prince Christian or the cover model for a luxury watch brand?" Critics wasted no time. Words like overly polished, heavily edited, and suspiciously flawless started flying around faster than palace press releases. Commentators questioned whether the portraits crossed an invisible Danish line, the one separating dignified from disconnected. Because in Denmark, royalty is expected to look human, not airbrushed. Transition with me here. Imagine meeting someone in real life after only seeing their filtered social media photos. That split second of confusion? That is exactly how some Danes felt staring at these portraits. Too smooth, too perfect, too removed from the bicycle riding, approachable royals they're used to. Supporters, however, were quick to defend the palace. These are official portraits, they argued, not candid snapshots taken outside a cafe. Their purpose is symbolism, continuity, authority. You do not frame the future king looking like he just rolled out of bed. This is monarchy, not a casual Friday. But here is where the tension really sits. Denmark's royal brand has always leaned towards understated authenticity. Less glitter, more grounding. When a portrait feels more international than intimate, it raises uncomfortable questions about where the monarchy is heading. And let's be clear, Prince Christian did not ask for this debate. He did not sit there demanding extra lighting or whispering sweet nothings to a photo editor. Yet, like every royal before him, he is learning the hard way that optics are not optional. They are the job. As the discussion grew louder, something interesting happened. The focus shifted away from the editing itself and onto something much bigger. What does Denmark want its future king to represent? A modern, polished institution ready for the global stage, or a familiar figure who feels like one of the people? This is not just about freckles or shadows. It is about identity, about whether the monarchy should evolve visually or stay anchored in its traditionally modest image. And Prince Christian, barely out of his teens, is now standing right at that crossroads. Transitioning to the palace response, or lack of one, we see a familiar royal strategy. Calm silence. No emotional reactions. No defensive statements. Just quiet confidence that the portraits serve their purpose. But silence, as always, becomes its own headline. The irony here is delicious. In an age where everyone filters everything, the Danish public is pushing back against perfection. They want authenticity even from a royal family, especially from a royal family, because monarchy in Denmark survives not on glamour, but on relatability. And this moment may actually work in Prince Christian's favor. It shows that people care, that they are paying attention, that they see him not as a distant symbol, but as someone whose image matters deeply to the national identity. So where does this leave the young heir? Still popular, still respected, just slightly more aware that every photograph, every appearance, every detail will be dissected like a royal autopsy. Welcome to the future, Prince Christian. The crown comes with cameras. Thank you for watching Royal News Daily.